Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Scholar of renown Ibn Katheer, edited by Adil Falahi. Ismail ibn Umar ibn Katheer was born in 701 after Hijra, corresponding to 1302 Common Era, in a village called Masdal Qarya near Basra, a town of historical fame to the south of Damascus in Syria. His ancestry takes him back to the Arabian tribe of Quraysh. He was given the name Ismail after his eldest half-brother, who died after he fell from the roof of a building. The deceased brother was apparently a young man of great intelligence, who had given much of his time and effort to scholarship. Their father felt the loss very keenly and called his youngest son, who was born shortly afterward after his eldest. Ibn Kathir's father was a scholar in his own right, who followed the Hanafi school of law in his early years, then changed over to the Safi school after he had studied under Imam Nawawi, one of the great figures of the Safi school of law. He had excelled in his studies of Arabic language and literature and was a fine poet. He was appointed to deliver the Friday sermon in the local mosque in his village, and he was very popular because of his fine style and good knowledge. Ibn Kathir's father died in 703, when his youngest son was less than 3 years of age. In fact, Ibn Kathir says that he remembered his father only like one remembers an image in a dream. He left behind a large family, 2 sons by his first wife and 4 sons and a few daughters by his second wife. The eldest of these latter children, Abdul Wahhab, felt that he had to shoulder the responsibility for the upbringing of his brothers and sisters. He realized that he needed to move to a city where he could have a better chance of work. Therefore, he moved with all his full brothers and sisters to Damascus in 707. He was a loving brother who spared no effort in taking care of his family. He directed them to study and brought them up as only a caring father would do. Ibn Kathir had only full praise to say of his brother. To appreciate the family atmosphere in which Ibn Kathir was brought up, we refer to the fact that of his brother Abdul Wahhab's children, his daughter Isa attained wide fame as a scholar in her own right. She was nicknamed as Shittul Huda, or just grandmother. She studied under some of the most famous scholars of her time, including Ibn Asakir, Al-Hajar, and Al-Mizzi, one of Ibn Kathir's own teachers. She used to certify scholars who read under her. Among these was Imam Ibn Hajar, the renowned Hadith scholar who wrote Fathul Bari, the best known commentary on the Al-Bukhari Sahih. Apparently, she was distinguished in her family by her fine upbringing of children. When she was over 60 years of age, 2 of Ibn Kathir's grandchildren were handed over to her to bring them up. One of them, Ibrahim ibn Abdul Wahhab ibn Ismail, was only 3 at the time, and Asma, the daughter of Ahmad ibn Ismail, was only 5. She looked after them and brought them up to become scholars of high caliber. Some of the well known scholars of the next generation studied under both of them. We know that the well known scholar Samsuddin Sakhawi 831 to 902 studied under both of them, praising them both. All this suggests that the old family to which Ibn Kathir belonged had a distinguished scholarly tradition. We do not know when exactly did Ibn Kathir get married, but we know that he married Zainab, the daughter of his teacher Jamaluddin al-Masjid. Both his wife and mother-in-law Aisha bin Ibrahim memorized the Quran under Fatima bin Abbas, who devoted her time to help women memorize God's book. Ibn Kathir had several children, some of whom were scholars in their own right, although none of them attained the standard and fame of their father. Among his sons were Umar, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Wahhab, Muhammad, and Ahmad. Ibn Kathir's first teacher was his brother Abdul Wahhab, but we do not know what and how much did he learn under him. Ibn Kathir himself mentions this fact, but he completed memorization of the Quran under Shaykh Muhammad al-Balabaki in 711 when he was only 10 years of age. He also received instruction in the different methods of reciting the Quran. He then turned his attention to the study of Hadith and learned Al-Muwatta by Imam al-Malik, as well as other. He then turned his attention to the study of Hadith and learned Al-Muwatta by Imam Malik, as well as other books under Shaykh Ali ibn Muhammad, and learned Al-Bukhari Sahih under Shaykh Ahmad ibn Abu Talib al-Hajjar, and also under Yusuf ibn Zaki al-Mujzi. In fact, al-Mujzi was his main teacher, with whom he stayed long. Furthermore, al-Mujzi was Ibn Kathir's father-in-law. We have mentioned the details of Ibn Kathir's learning in order to indicate that we have a full record of his education, since he mentions his teachers and what he learned from them. However, we need only to mention that he studied under the main scholarly figures of his time. Among his teachers were An-Nawawi, Ibn Juma, Ibn al-Kalanisi, and Ibn Asakir. But his most famous teacher was Ibn Taymiyyah, with whom he stayed long. Indeed, he studied much under Ibn Taymiyyah and benefited a great deal from him. In his book, Ibn Kathir speaks very highly of Ibn Taymiyyah. Indeed, when Ibn Taymiyyah was imprisoned in Damascus, Ibn Kathir would go to visit him and read under him in prison. He shared with him some of his rulings that stirred much controversy at the time, particularly on questions of divorce, in which Ibn Taymiyyah ruled independently from the main schools of law. It was such ruling that led to his last imprisonment. But there is no doubt that Ibn Taymiyyah's rulings were the right one. They have been upheld by scholars since his time and incorporated in the family laws of several Muslim countries. Ibn Kathir had a very large number of students, particularly because he worked in teaching. In his time, travel in pursuit of learning had become less important than in earlier generations. because of the establishment of famous schools in different centers. Indeed, Ibn Kathir worked in a number of these schools. His first teaching was in the Najibiyah school, then in Al-Fadiliya. He also was the head teacher of Hadith in a number of schools such as As-Salihiyya, Darul Quran and Al-Hadith, built by Prince Tinkit, and Darul Hadith al-Ashrafiyya, of which he was the director for some time. He also taught the Quran and explained its meaning in his circle in the Umayyi Mosque, which is the main mosque in Damascus. His circle was very popular indeed. Ibn Kathir died in 774 after Hijrah, after a life devoted to scholarship. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.